Live from Music City, this is Nashville's News 2 at 10.
He's running.
Just hours ago, this chase is caught on camera by News 2. Tonight, the story behind it. Good evening, I'm Samantha Fisher.
And I'm Eric Egan. We begin with more of that incredible video.
News 2's Talia Kaplan was there as the chase was happening. She's live in Cheatham County tonight. And Talia, you got to tell us, how did this all play out?
We're here inside Cheatham County's dispatch center, where it has been really busy lately. We were here doing a story on how sheriff's deputies are handling all the calls. We were riding along with them when this happened.
He's running.
Corporal Gary Ola with the Cheatham County Sheriff's Office runs right after this felon into the woods. It's Joshua Phillips. He's wanted in Cheatham and Hickman counties. Corporal Ola finds out Phillips has a long criminal history dating back to 1997, but Corporal Ola didn't know that when he tried to pull him over a few minutes earlier. Watch this dash cam video as Phillips in the silver car runs a red light, nearly hitting the black SUV. Corporal Ola turns around and tries to stop him, but Phillips takes off.
So we just turned on a dirt road across.
Then things turn into a foot chase. A few minutes later, Ashland City police officers come to help, followed by more sheriff's deputies.
Not knowing who this individual was, what he was wanted for, not knowing if he had a weapon, what he was about to jump out with that car, I had no clue.
But still, Corporal Ola's instincts kicked in, and he did what he was trained to do.
I just checked, and Phillips is still on the run tonight, but sheriff's deputies and police officers are still looking for him. They say they have strong leads. Of course, we'll keep you posted on this situation, and we'll have the full story as to why we were here in the first place coming up tomorrow night at 10. But for now, I'm Talia Kaplan live in Cheatham County. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you so much for that explanation, Talia. To see the raw, uncut video, go to our website, WKRN.com.
It's the story that's been a top click on our website all day. This man here rescued from a water pipe after 4 days trapped inside. He was found when someone finally heard him yelling. And this all happened near Charlotte and 26th Avenue. That's in Midtown. Our Andy Cordan is live near that spot tonight. Andy, you've been checking out that area. Tell us what you found.
Well, guys, the victim basically told his rescuers that he entered the water system up by Charlotte Avenue. I looked all over the place for a possible point of entry. This would probably be the best place. It's right here by the Lentz Health Center. Armando's going to kind of give you a look. Look how easy it is to enter. There is the ladder, essentially. It's 5 or 6 feet down, and there is a 24-inch water pipe. It sure would be easy to get in there. Check out the story. Sunday afternoon, Nashville firefighters bang on a concrete pipe, breaking it apart so they can rescue this 53-year-old man who claims he crawled into the pipe and got stuck Thursday afternoon, some 72 hours prior.
He said that he had always been adventurous, and I said, okay. I told him it might be good to try a new adventure next time.
Larry McCown knows the man's story. While his fellow firefighters were working up top, McCown was actually inside the pipe with the victim, helping to keep him calm.
He relayed to me that he was basically cut up and felt swelled. And the position he was laying in, he was thoroughly wedged.
While none of the man's story has yet been verified, the victim tells rescuers that he entered the water system near Charlotte Avenue. This is one logical point of entry. Easy access, a ladder, a 24-inch pipe to crawl through. According to water officials, from here to where he was extricated is 2,100 feet.
We didn't really know how he got there. We weren't concerned how he got there. All we were concerned with was getting him out.
Andy Cordan, Nashville's News 2.
Now, because of HIPAA laws, the fire department has not released the man's name.
A close call on Mount Juliet involving a suspected drunk driver going the wrong way. And new tonight, we have video from the dash cam.
So how many of these have you had today?
You see, Officer Melody Stevenson found a beer in the car. She stopped that man from getting on I-40 and going the wrong way. And he's charged with DUI tonight. Well, exams were canceled at Franklin High School today. Students were evacuated because there was smoke in the building. But they still have to take the exams. They will resume tomorrow morning at 7:25. Wednesday and Thursday exams are scheduled as planned. The problem was caused by an HVAC unit overheating.
Investigators are calling the violence in this next story unprecedented. A shootout at a Twin Peaks restaurant in Texas killed 9 people Sunday. Motorcycle gangs are responsible, and tonight 170 people are under arrest. Officers are bracing for possible retaliation from the gangs. And out of Philadelphia, where Amtrak is running again between Philadelphia and New York. The first trains went into service this morning. It's the first time in almost a week since the derailment that killed 8 people and hurt 200. We've also learned 4 of those passengers have filed lawsuits against Amtrak. Well, the space between an awful tragedy and a dramatic rescue can be razor thin.
Yeah, a 3-year-old from Wilson County was pulled from a pool Sunday and he wasn't breathing. New at 10, our Joseph Pleasant spoke to a woman who rushed to help the boy in the nick of time.
Wilson County 911, where is your emergency?
It's just after 2:30 Sunday afternoon at the Willoughby Station neighborhood pool. The parents of 3-year-old Jack Fly have found their son in the pool, not breathing, floating face up.
We have an unconscious boy in the pool in Willoughby Station. We need some help. They are doing CPR right now, but he is unconscious.
A woman at the pool worked to save the boy's life. Meanwhile, less than a mile away at Amy Allen's home.
What are you doing?
Her family was having a quiet Sunday. Allen is a nurse. Her husband is a volunteer Mount Juliet fire captain. They heard the call go out for help on his police radio.
We heard Willoughby Station, and we both kind of perked up because that's the neighborhood where we live.
By the time Allen and her husband got to the pool, another Good Samaritan had done CPR and got little Jack breathing, but only barely.
And I took him and laid him down on the cement and turned him on his left side and just started patting his back really hard to get some of that, more of that water to come up.
Allen worked on the child and some paramedics arrived. Jack went to Vandy's Children's Hospital. The good news is he's already been released and is expected to recover. No doubt thanks to neighbors like the unidentified woman who started CPR.
She is really an angel in, grabbing him, doing CPR.
In Mount Juliet, Joseph Pleasant, Nashville's News 2.
The little boy's parents tell us that they want to hug the woman who administered CPR and, of course, thank her.
As a parent, or for anyone, it's a worse fear becoming a reality. A little girl's backpack gets stuck in a school bus door and she gets dragged down the street. Now, I have 2 pieces of video I want to show you. For the first one, focus on this image right here as I hit play. You see the little girl being dragged by the bus, her pink backpack barely hanging onto that door. Now, this next piece of video, I want you to focus on the top part of the screen. In real time, you'll see the bus fly by, the girl barely hanging on to that bus. Now, the mother of the girl says she went about 100 feet, but incredibly, the 7-year-old has been treated and released from the hospital.
Well, we've learned this evening a measure requiring a waiting period to get an abortion in Tennessee was signed today by Governor Haslam. In-person counseling from a doctor is required and a 48-hour wait period before the abortion can be performed. Doctors could face misdemeanor or felony charges if they fail to comply. Last week, the governor signed another measure requiring abortion clinics be regulated as outpatient surgical centers. 4 family pets dead tonight after a house fire in Clarksville. Someone nearby the Justin Drive home saw the smoke and called 911 this morning. And take a closer look at this. You can see the extent of the damage. Unfortunately, though, the family wasn't at home, and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
In tonight's App Extra, a viewer asked us for an update on the so-called to-go cup legislation. It would allow to-go cups with an adult beverage between the areas you see here, places like the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Omni Hotel and Music City Center. Now, we checked with the state today and found out Governor Haslam signed the bill and it takes effect July 1st. So if you have something you want us to get answers on, just download the News 2 app. You ask, we get answers.
Scary moments for passengers aboard a Hawaiian Airlines flight today. This is video of the plane making an emergency landing in Los Angeles. It was heading to Honolulu with about 300 passengers. Investigators think it was a minor mechanical problem. Thousands of Tennesseans are going back to school free. More than 10,000 have signed up for the Tennessee Reconnect program. The grant offers adults the chance to enroll at Tennessee's colleges of applied technology. And it's all part of the governor's Drive to 55 plan to make sure 55% of Tennesseans have a college education by 2025. Well, a Starbucks employee is off the job tonight thanks to a viral video.
That's right. You might call it a brew brawl that you have to see. Take a look. Really customer service. A customer at a Starbucks in New York ordered a Frappuccino with a special straw, and when she tried to pay with her Starbucks app, something set off the barista. Starbucks says the employee is no longer with the company. Well, this Memorial Day, it could be the busiest for travelers in a decade. Because of low gas prices, at least 37 million Americans are going somewhere to celebrate the unofficial start of summer. That's up 5% compared to last year. And at the same time, this is considered one of the deadliest travel weekends. Be safe out there. The National Safety Council predicts nearly 400 traffic fatalities.
A teenager killed in a car crash the night before his high school graduation.
Yeah, an awful story. The woman charged with hitting him is believed to have been drunk at the time.
Through her grief, that 17-year-old's mother posts a surprising message.
Quiet night in the city of Nashville as we look at the Country Music Hall of Fame. 73 degrees. It's a little muggy out there. Storm Tracker, though, shows just a few lingering showers way down to the southeast of town between Lynchburg, maybe a little more rain in Winchester. The frontal boundary is still back to our northwest, so a few showers ahead of that. And some of those may be here for your morning commute, but I think it'll be very light, spotty rain between 6 and 7 o'clock. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s will climb up to about 75 at 8, with a few showers probably south and east of Nashville by that time. The winds are going to shift out of the northwest tomorrow and maybe give us a little refreshing spring air, but more rain chances later this week. We'll look at that timing.
I would have no issue administering the product to my own pets.
It's flea and tick season, as you know, so a viewer reached out to us asking if a popular treatment for cats and dogs is safe. So we go to a veterinarian for answers next on Nashville's News 2 at 10.
You're watching WKRN, Nashville's News 2 at 10.
If you got a dog or a cat, listen up. Some viewers reached out to us about a brand of pet medication that could be deadly. New at 10, our Nick Calloway gets answers.
You'd do anything for your best friend, and that includes protecting them from fleas and heartworms. Look online and you'll find news articles and Facebook pages that suggest a link between the drug Trifexis and the deaths of hundreds of dogs in the U.S.
There's lots of scary information about Trifexis on the internet, so I decided to go talk to a local veterinarian to find out if he would give it to his dog.
I would have no issue administering the product to my own pets. It's a good boy.
Dr. Bruce Graves is a veterinarian at the Murphy Road Animal Hospital.
There has been no correlation proven with the death of those pets and the administration of the actual product.
The FDA says hundreds of reports filed by pet owners blame Trifexis on the death of their dogs, but those reports were never verified, so the internet speculation could be more bark than bite. The makers of the drug say it's been rigorously tested and there is no link between Trifexis use and death. Nick Calloway, News 2 at 10.
And more than 1 million dogs in the U.S. have heartworm disease, so talk with your vet to decide which drug is right for your pet.
You may have noticed this. Gas prices did a big jump over the weekend. If you've been filling up in Nashville, the prices are the highest, $2.48 a gallon. That's up 6 cents from just a week ago. Up to the north in Clarksville, $2.39 a gallon. Let's head west to Memphis. $2.43 is the average. That's up 5 cents in the past week. And let's go east to Knoxville, $2.47, up 9 cents from last week. Fluctuating oil prices are to blame for the hike.
New tonight, there's a planned vigil tomorrow for the Portland teen who was killed the day before graduation. 17-year-old Nicholas Townsend died in an accident involving a suspected drunk driver. His mother posted on social media asking others not to make negative comments about the woman charged. Townsend's friends talked about their classmate.
He was very serious about, he wanted to go into the military, he wanted to come back and be a police officer here in Portland, and it's just absolutely tragic.
Now, Townsend's friends accepted his diploma on his behalf on Saturday. Tonight, Laura Beasley, the woman you saw a bit earlier, is in the Sumner County Jail. There she is. She's facing a list of charges. It may seem like we've had several wrong-way crashes lately, like this one Saturday on I-40. 2 people were killed in West Nashville. The numbers we got today from the Highway Patrol show these crashes are relatively rare over time. In Davidson, Rutherford, Sumner, Williamson, and Wilson counties, 7 wrong-way crashes were reported in 2013, and that number was the same in 2014. In the first 3 months this year, 2 have been reported so far.
A member of the iReport 2 network sent us video today of a motorhome on fire along I-40. You can see the big vehicle smoking and the fire crews on the scene trying to put it out. It caused a big backup, but thankfully Metro fire officials tell News 2 there were no injuries reported. Send us video or information about news as you see it through the News 2 app or email us at youask@wkrn.com. You ask and we get answers. President Obama is now sharing his thoughts in 140 characters or less.
Yeah, today the president joined Twitter, and check out his first tweet. It says, "Hello, Twitter. It's Barack." Really? 6 years in, they're finally giving me my own account. Well, we just checked, and the president has more than 1.4 million followers. But that's a long way, hard to believe, from the most popular. We're counting down the top celebrity accounts with the most followers. It's at 1022 in tonight's list. It's a fun one.
We had a few spotty showers today.
We still need rain, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Some folks have had downpours the past few days, and there's still a little bit of energy on Storm Tracker, maybe a few showers tomorrow, too. You can see right now that we have some of the leftovers from today down to the southeast. You can see coming through Lynchburg and Moore County, moving over closer to Winchester. You've already got a few sprinkles just north of Winchester, but this is moving away from us. There is still a frontal boundary up to our northwest, and we've got a very moist atmosphere. I know you've noticed the humidity lately. We don't have any weather in Nashville or Brentwood or Franklin or Clarksville that's wet at this point, but we may see just a few of these showers as this front moves our way tomorrow morning. Get a few roads wet, but it's really not going to be anything heavy. We're well ahead of the front right now, so we're still on the warm side of things with 73 degrees, even though our winds are trying to go ahead and shift. And sometimes a front isn't just one fell swoop of change. It can kind of come in stages, so we've already felt a bit of a wind shift, but I think the temperature drop, the coolness to the atmosphere is going to come tomorrow afternoon. So here's a look at what's going to happen tonight, according to Predictor. Cloud cover and precipitation potential. As we get closer to early tomorrow morning, a lot of folks are going to sleep through the night. You get ready to get going 5:30. There may be a few of these spotty showers, both north and east of Nashville and back to the west. I can't rule out a shower popping up here tomorrow morning in Nashville or maybe down in Brentwood, Antioch, over in Mount Juliet, up around the Madison area. 7 a.m. we may have a passing shower down in Rutherford County, coming on through Williamson County during the 8 o'clock hour. I don't expect a lot of rain for the morning commute. It is going to be very light, I think, and just quickly passing showers, but I think we'll have some cloud cover left in the morning. Notice even in the mid-morning, there may be a few showers left off to the east, so this front's going to kind of come through slowly. It's not going to just swing right through and be done with it. It looks like by the afternoon, especially from I-40 in Nashville North, we'll have sunshine and really begin to feel less humid air. But Murfreesboro, down to Columbia, into Shelbyville, Cookeville, may even have a few spotty afternoon showers. And if you do, there might be a rumble of thunder with that. Not expecting anything severe, though. But by tomorrow evening, it begins to exit pretty quickly. So I think we'll be able to get our ball games in and all those evening activities in tomorrow night. And it'll really feel refreshing as we have a little drop in temperatures and humidity by Wednesday morning. Should be a very nice day. But Wednesday evening, we have a quick moving system that may bring some evening showers, so you'll need to stay with News 2 to get the updates on that. It's a pretty weak system, but it could bring a little bit of rain. Got a rainbow today between showers in Leoma. Kristen Walters giving us a post there on our wall on Facebook. We love it when you do that. Look at that beautiful color there. And of course, we've had thunder showers past couple of days that have caused a little bit of wind damage. Yesterday up in the Portland area, we always want you to be a part of our news gathering team. And if you have the WKRN app, it's free. Download it if you don't have it. You can go to the iReport 2 section, snap a shot, send it in, give us a little bit of detail, tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods, and we'll share it with our viewers. In the morning, some of those showers sliding south and east pretty quickly. Mid-60s, still a little bit humid, even with the northwest winds. I still think we'll make it to about 79 to 80 tomorrow afternoon, but it'll really start to feel nice tomorrow evening as we drop through the 60s down into the 50s for the overnight time frame. So we'll all look forward to that. Next couple of days, we're going to keep at least a little bit of rain chance in there early tomorrow, and then again Wednesday night into early Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 70s basically. Dry Friday and Saturday with more rain and hot and humid weather by Sunday and Monday.
In its own way, it rules the world. Social media is king, especially among celebrities, and it's a good way to stay connected with fans, of course.
So who has the most followers on Twitter? We're counting down the top 5 next in tonight's list. We told you earlier, President Obama, our commander-in-chief, joined Twitter today with his own account. He will no doubt be a popular person to follow.
Sure. So which celebrity, though? He can be a celebrity, too. Which celeb has the most Twitter followers? We're counting him down in tonight's list.
At number 5, Corey Curtis has 40. Lady Gaga has 46 million followers.
Good picture.
And
that was a different phase I was going through.
I bet it was. Doing better than that with 57 million followers, Taylor Swift.
T-Sizzle.
The previous Twitter for the president and White House is number 3. The president himself rarely tweeted from it, but it had 59 million followers.
With 64 million followers, Justin Bieber comes in at number 2.
I have no response to that.
64 million of you.
You have too much time on your hands and not enough quality things to do.
Number 1, better than Bieber, at least, in my opinion. Katy Perry, 69 million followers.
All right, she's got the eye of the tiger and a lot of followers.
All right, guys, is there anything in sports more boring than the extra point? Well, the NFL is concerned and will consider radical changes tomorrow. What they are and what they'll mean next on News 2 at 10. All right, tough spring for Titans kicker Ryan Suckup. First, he lost his number to Marcus Mariota, and tomorrow, extra points could get a whole lot harder. The NFL's spring meetings are underway in San Francisco. Tomorrow, 3 proposals will be considered to change the extra point. All of them move the kick back to the 15-yard line. The first proposal moves it to the 15 and leaves 2-point conversions at the 2. The second is the same, but the ball isn't dead on a failed attempt, and the defense could score. The third proposal, made by the Eagles, moves 2-point attempts up to the 1-yard line. The Miami Dolphins are all in on quarterback Ryan Tannehill. They gave their former first-round pick a 4-year extension today worth a whopping $77 million. Some minor roster moves for the Titans. The team agreeing to terms with tight end Tevin Westbrook and linebacker Desmond Johnson after they each got tryouts last weekend. To make room, they waived running back Lachey Seastrunk and linebacker Dante Moak. Now, the best pitcher in the SEC is a Commodore. The league has dubbed Vandy ace Carson Fulmer as the SEC Pitcher of the Year. Fulmer is just the 4th pitcher in league history to win the Triple Crown. He led the SEC 11 wins, a 1.51 ERA, and 132 strikeouts. He's the 3rd door to win the award, joining David Price and Grayson Garvin. Sounds baseball tonight. Steve Scarsoni and company looking for 2 in a row against New Orleans. Top of the 4th, no score. Scott Sizemore laying down a perfect bunt. Brad Mills can't field it. Vinny Rotino scores. Bottom of the frame, Sounds answer. Jason Pridey singles. Alden Carruthers scores to tie it. That's the Sounds' only run, though. They fall 4-1. On the court, last season was the lowest scoring one in college basketball history. Team has averaged only 66 points per game. The Rules Committee trying to reverse that trend. Changes will include 1 less timeout and a wider restricted arc to help officiating. But the biggest change is a 30-second shot clock to increase possessions.
You don't have as much time to run a Princeton-style offense or a passing game type offense that kind of probes the defense and you try to make them make mistakes. It's not going to be a huge difference, but anytime you shorten it, you take away a little bit of the diversity of offensive styles in the college game.
Finally, another day, another devastating wreck in Indianapolis. James Hinchcliffe is in intensive care after surgery on his leg after this wreck at practice. It's the 4th major wreck since practice started. Honda says the suspension system failed on the race car.
Extra point's supposed to be easy.
Yes, and truthfully, a 33-yard kick is still relatively easy, but if it's automatic, what's the point? And it was to the point where it was automatic. And it may also increase more 2-point attempts.
That'd be cool.
So.
All right. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Spotty showers today. We'll be back with the Power Planner and find out what the forecast holds. What's the radar showing, Lisa?
Yeah, nothing in Nashville right now. Most of us have been dry this evening, but there is a front up to our northwest. So a few showers coming out of Missouri and western Kentucky that could at least pass. A couple of light showers through here early tomorrow morning. Your wake-up weather in the mid to upper 60s. Depends on what time you're out the door. Tomorrow afternoon, about 60, and we may even have a few afternoon showers south and east of town. Looks nice.
There's 2 this morning at 4 a.m. See?